The new year has begun with our world in turmoil. We are living in dangerous times. At the same time, we see trade and technological conflicts that fracture world markets, undermine growth and widen inequalities. And all the while, our planet is on fire, the climate crisis rages on.
Qasem Soleimani has been killed and his bloody rampage is now forever gone.
This is a US decision. It is not a decision taken by neither the global coalition nor NATO. I think the important thing now is to really try to de-escalate and to avoid further increased tensions in the region.
9 січня оголошено Днем національної жалоби. Я також висловлюю співчуття родинам інших загиблих. Відомо, що це громадяни Ірану, Канади, Швеції, Афганістану та Великобританії.
We have intelligence from multiple sources, including our allies and our own intelligence. The evidence indicates that the plane was shot down by an Iranian surface-to-air missile.
همه مسئولیت این کار رو میپذیریم و هر گونه تصمیمی مسئولین بگیرن ما مطیع اجرای اون هستیم. این رو ابتدا بنده خواستم عرض بکنم.
The EU, essentially, wants us to obey the rules of their club, even though we're no longer members, and they want the same access to our fishing grounds as they currently enjoy, while restricting our access to their markets. It remains difficult to reach a mutually beneficial agreement while the EU maintains such an ideological approach.
So our task is to persuade a majority of people in Scotland to choose independence. I want to focus today on the work we need to do to persuade that majority that independence is the right and the best choice, and how in the process of doing that we will secure a right to choose it in a referendum.
Not just test and trace, not just clinical care, not just social distancing, not just hygiene, not just masks, not just vaccines. Do it all.
WHO has been assessing this outbreak around the clock, and we're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
العدد المحدود والمقرر من قبل الدولة الحكومة إنه هو عدد حيكون في حدود 1000 حاج ومقسم ما بين 300 حاج لمواطنين يمثلوا شريحة الممارسين الصحيين الذين سبق أن أصيبوا بفيروس كورونا وتم شفائهم، أيضاً بعض أسر شهداء الحد الجنوبي.
$1 million is a terrible number, and I think we need to reflect on that before we start considering a second million. There is a lot that can be done to save lives, both in terms of disease control, existing life-saving measures. The real question is, are we prepared collectively to do what it takes to avoid that number?
can't breathe. Believe in me, my nigga. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
You watched my brother die. That could have been me. I am my brother's keeper. You in the United Nations are your brothers and sisters keepers in America. And you have the power to help us get justice for my brother George Floyd. I'm asking you to help him. I'm asking you to help me. I'm asking you to help us, black people in America.
The stated goal of BLM organization people is to achieve the destruction of the nuclear family, abolish the police, abolish prisons, abolish border security, abolish capitalism, and abolish school choice. That's what their stated goals are. This is not the agenda of the black community. This is the agenda of an extreme socialist, or worse. You know what the other word is. Yeah, Marxist, communist.
Please listen to the call I'm making to you now, to the calls of our family and the calls ringing out the streets across the world. People of all backgrounds, genders, and races have come together to demand change. Honor them, honor George, and make the necessary changes that make law enforcement the solution and not the problem.
Die Gefährdungslage durch Rechtsextremismus, Antisemitismus und Rassismus ist in Deutschland sehr hoch.
Rassismus gleich AfD, Nazi gleich AfD. Und wenn AfD legal ist in Deutschland, dann ist auch Rassismus und Nazi legal.
Birliklerimizin bulunduğu yerler önceden Rusya Federasyonu'nun sahadaki yetkilileriyle koordine edilmesine rağmen bu saldırı gerçekleştirilmiş. Meşru müdafaa kapsamında hedefimiz sadece birliklerimize saldıran rejim askerleri ve unsurlar olacaktır.
The current framework responds to the desire of our people for putting reduction of violence and ceasefire front and center.
चीन द्वारा एलएसी पर जो किया गया उससे पूरा देश आहत है, आक्रोशित है।
中方已就此向印方提出强烈抗议和严正交涉，再次郑重要求印方切实按照有关精神，严格约束一线部队，不得越线活动，不得挑衅滋事，不得采取任何导致边境局势复杂化的单方面举动。
This is not peace, and it doesn't contribute to any kind of peace. In fact, it emboldens Israel to continue making its moves that are anti-peace. You want peace? Pressure Israel to end its colonial apartheid policies and respect the lives and the right to freedom and dignity of the Palestinian people. Then you can have a true peace.
Bugün şəhər Ermənistan silahlı qüvvələri bir neçə istiqamətdən müxtəlif növ silahlardan, o cümlədən ağır artilleriyadan istifadə edərək bizim yaşayış məntəqələrimizi, eyni zamanda hərbi mövqelərimizi ateşə tutur.
I believe that the Nobel Peace Prize committee recognizes that hunger is a driving cause of conflict, and literally so many people around the world are on the brink of starvation. It's a call to action. It's a call to action to our donors around the world, to the billionaires who are making billions off of COVID. It's a call to action to not let anyone die from starvation. It's a call to action that we've got to save and help our friends, our brothers, our sisters around the world. With all the wealth in the world today, no one should go to bed hungry, much less starve to death.
24 Temmuz 2020 Cuma günü Cuma namazı ile birlikte Ayasofya'yı ibadete açmayı planlıyoruz. Tüm camilerimiz gibi Ayasofya'nın kapıları da yerli ve yabancı, Müslim ve gayrimüslim herkese sonuna kadar açık olacak.
Türkiye tarihinin en büyük doğalgaz keşfini Karadeniz'de gerçekleştirdi.
This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win.
We love Trump! We love Trump! We love Trump! Come here, bitch!
Folks, the people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory.
Over the last few days, thanks to our world-class genomic capability in the UK, we have identified a new variant of coronavirus, which may be associated with the faster spread in the southeast of England. Initial analysis suggests that this variant is growing faster than the existing variants.